with the great Matthew Hayden. Unfortunate result tonight, mate. What do you put it down to at the end of the day?
Yeah, Finchy, it's always hard in a season that, is going over 2 months to put it down to one thing. When you look at the way that we started this match, potentially our great strength, of course, is in that apex predators, as I've been telling everyone over the last few months. And we just couldn't get going quite in that power play. That kind of set the tone. I thought it was a superb bowling performance all around. It didn't matter who was bowling for RCB this evening with ball, had worked out their plans. They had good change-ups, and they also had good off-pace deliveries as well. Bruno Ponya's spell there is one of the better ones that we've seen in any game, let alone a match like this in a final.
A slow start to the season, but then you've got some great momentum. You've got some great young kids mixed in with some experience. What's possible for this group going forward?
Well, Finchy, as you know, it's a very successful franchise. We've developed into a really nice fan base as well. They're sticking behind superstars like Shubman Gill and Sosa Dush and Joss Butler. I mean, you name them, they're coming out of the rafters. And that's why, talent generally prevails when it comes to IPL games. And in particular, when you start getting and pushing into the backstage of the playoffs, anything can happen.
So what does it look like now over the next couple of months for this side? Rejigging slightly where needed?
What I love about this group is it doesn't do anything urgently. It tends to be very calm. As much as you see Ashish Neera on the sideline, folks, let me tell you, behind the scenes, he's as chilled out as you can possibly get, which is good because, as you know, when you're playing in the IPL, there's lots of factors that are always buzzing around you. For a start, you're on a flight every week. You're away from home. A lot of the boys coming from different parts of the country. But the biggest thing in this franchise is family, and that's going to stand this GT group in really good stead.
So what do you take out of your first coaching for quite a while, out of the commentary box into the hot seat, into coaching?
Yeah.
Are the players different to what you expected? Is it different to when you played?
It was interesting. I had a moment, Finchy, just watching you interviewing Virat Kohli, and that was exactly me at the same time last year as well, and another champion performance from Virat. I think it definitely reached my expectations and beyond my expectations in the way the conversations flow inside a change room. A little bit more detail than I'd ever thought when it comes to bowling execution. And batting, I think we're a pretty conservative team. So, generally not a lot has really changed, other than the fact that they crush the ball more often than not out of the stadium. So, it's been a wonderful year. I've really enjoyed my time. It's a great franchise, as I said before. And our support group has just made it just so much fun.
Yeah, there must be a few people behind the scenes that go unnoticed that put in so much work as well.
Yeah, well, look, one thing is it wasn't a soft tissue injury this whole time, which, goes and speaks a great credit to all of our staff, our 2 SNCs, our 2 physios, our 2 masseurs. I mean, that's changed. We used to have a doctor on a tour and a manager, and that was about it. But now there's, a sea of individuals that just make that possible to play that bit harder and to recover that bit quicker. And in this tournament, that matters. If you're recovering quicker, then you give yourself the next chance.
And it's such a hard competition, and the margins are so small. You've got brilliant top-end talent. What is coming through? What's the next generation?
Yeah, Twitchy, it's a big question at a time when you're sitting down trying to just understand what happened in this last sort of 5 or 6 hours. But look, the one thing that we've seen about this IPL is it brings to life new talent. One of the highlights for me was young Suryavanshi. I know that he's in the crowd today, but, just seeing guys like that play fearless cricket, that play cricket that, they would just go about in their backyards at 15. It's extraordinary to watch, and it's exciting to watch, and the potential in our group as well, with some of the guys that you haven't quite seen yet, but I'm sure that you will too. So, all those youngsters that are watching tonight, just keep playing, keep looking at your heroes and try and understand how you get better with bat, ball, and in particular the field as well.
Thanks, Hayden. Commiserations, but all the best next year.
Thanks, Victor.